Alrighty, we're riding the elevator back up into the overworld, ready to check out what happens if I don't follow Elohim's word and go entering that building for whatever the doorway is to what seems like heaven, but of course it's all a simulation, so who gives a shit? So A, B, and C are all completed as far as their main sigils go, as far as, you know, the red, yellow, and green puzzle pieces. Still need to get stars in A and B that I missed. I believe I got absolutely everything out of C, aside from potential Easter eggs and stuff like that. But now, the moment of truth. Is there actually other QR codes down here? I don't know if I've checked before. On the sides of these staircases. Oh, there's the... What? No. Something on the way out. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and an enormous energy. What I now know disturbs me, but I hope that by living with this knowledge, I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow. Shepard. Oh, Shepard made it. The view from the top must be incredible. Is at the one that's constantly talking about the view everywhere? Like that's their top priority everywhere they go. I think I've read those 3 QR codes. I think I've even run around this building before and found basically nothing, I want to say. There's that one barrier we're able to break down with the axe, basically, and that's it. Yep. Which gave us this laser source, and in that building over there's a laser receiver spot. But I don't have a connector, so I have no way of connecting them as of now. That'll be something I'll have to find over time. So let's get right up in the tower and see what I've been missing, what this game's been building up to this whole time, and oh my god. There's buttons. Like, not just like up and down buttons, but like 6 different floors of buttons. And that one says 6. Oh. So I have to go to it looks like I have to go to the secret islands and get the gray puzzle pieces like the one I have by getting stars. Because each 10 stars unlocks one of the puzzle piece areas, and I got 3 gray puzzle pieces for the 6th floor, it looks like. So once I make it to 6, I'm gonna have to need that. But for now, let's go to 1 and see if I can proceed from there. Hopefully, I assume red is what you need.
Cannot detect location of primary subject. Query. Query. Query.
Interesting. Elohim completely loses us when we come in here. This is going to be different. So here we are in the tower that we've been being told over and over again not to go into. And I assume from this point on we'll be using red puzzle pieces to access various puzzle floors. And then at the very top we need the grays. Hopefully there's puzzles here and it's not just a bunch of doors I open up for the sake of opening doors, because I'd be bummed out if there's not any more genuine game left.
Is there anything that we associate more closely with intelligence than curiosity? Every intelligent species on Earth is attracted by the unknown. Our mythologies are full of riddles and mysteries and divine knowledge. Even the word apocalypse means revelation. It seems like our ancestors always imagined that even at the very end, we would solve one last mystery.
So yes, clearly we used the red puzzle pieces to proceed. What? That's how high up I went just to go to the first floor? That's nuts. We are very high up. I guess the tower is very high up. So is that the 2nd floor then? That other cluster of rooms we see? Yeah, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything between me and the ground right now. So every cluster of weird floors we see is another floor up. So this is a huge tower. We could only really see about 2 floors up before. Is this a test chamber? Like a puzzle? Interesting. So we're gonna have a series of... so I'm glad to report that we're gonna have more puzzles at least. And every floor up from here, we're just gonna keep seeing more like these. Okay. And interestingly, we didn't go through a teleporter anymore. I guess you could say teleporters are part of Elohim's power. And when he's not around, we don't need... the same thing doesn't apply as much. I'll drop the axe here at the beginning. It's probably not going to be relevant to the puzzle. I just kind of grabbed it out of habit. So, we have a blue source. What do I find in here? Nothing. Looking for a blue receiver. We have another connector here. Completely different tile set. So we have a window. Oh, there we go. Obviously, that's a good thing to get started with at the very least. Although I do have to worry about, obviously, there's a pesky guy bouncing around causing me problems. So, I'm going to want to block him if I can. I can't go through here. These are just gates. These are the types of windows, the types of walls you can see through, but also block things. So they're designed to give you a better overall awareness of your surroundings. Oh, interesting. So this asshole, he bounces back and forth, and there's no way into the room. So I can't use this one to block him. Can I sneak through? Sprinting? Nope. Doesn't quite. It never does quite open. I thought it might be opening for a brief moment, but not quite. So I'm gonna say we probably have to connect around this corner, right? So, oh, this is going to be complicated. So, let's see. Is there a best time to go for? Maybe if I just make it every bit closer to the wall. Is it more likely to finish now? Nope. So, yeah, the question here is, how do I stop him from bouncing back and forth and interrupting the stream? Because I don't think we have enough lasers. Let's see. Noteworthy thing is that lasers can go through these purple barriers, but there's no connector up here, is there? No. So that means that there's not necessarily a way to get the laser to go up here. That's interesting. So I need a way of circumventing some of this puzzle. This is all closed off and pointless looking. Is that a QR? No, that's not a chunk of a QR code. That's a sliver of light getting into the room. So they give us very little to work with, at all. If I had I'd need several connectors, I think, to even make it through this room. They give me no such tools. So the question is, how do I block this guy from proceeding? As far as I can tell, they basically can't. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, it's a duplicate laser system. That's the new mechanic there. Oh, they're trying to teach me a new mechanic. That's fascinating. If you have two lasers connected to the same target, then neither of them are ever interrupted at the same time, so it's a redundant power system. That was the whole puzzle, it looks like, too. Huh. That was genuinely clever. Let's see what this terminal has. Huh. Door opened the moment I got here without me even clicking on it. So, Milton Library Assistant. Detecting auxiliary hardware. Found one external device. Type Device Manager to control external devices. Device Manager, absolutely. Device Manager 0.01 is loading. Loading driver XLVTRCTR.DRV. Load successful. Okay, choose an option. 1. Show current operation parameters. 2. Floor access control. 3. Auxiliary stairway access control. 4. Exit this utility. Show the current operating parameters. This is new. We have actual control over something. So stuff that doesn't make sense to me. Name, main nexus elevator. Oh, so we can control the elevator from here. There are 7 floors in one shaft, so it's one elevator shaft for 7 floors. That'd be the 6 floors we can go to and the ground floor, I assume. So that's what we figured. Free value, software license is expired. Go figure. Authorization mode is code, security level FAC. Floor access control. You're currently on floor 1. Floors 0 and 1 are unlocked. 2 and everything else is are locked. Let's see. Other stuff requires a code, but it looks like 2 we could potentially make unlocked from here. Access to floor is currently locked. Would you like to unlock it? Yes. There we go. So we've unlocked floor 2. Let's do floor access control. Let's just find out what happened when I try to do floor 3. Just see what happens. Access to the floor is protected with a code. Please enter the code. 1, 2, 3. Go. Shit, it's wrong. I would have never guessed. Alright, they're gonna lock me out if I fuck up, so let's not do that. Back into the terminal. Did not mean to close all the way out. Whoops. Things are getting different now. So, device manager. Let's see what other options I had, because I wasn't ready to leave yet. But I did have to cancel out of trying to do more code. So, auxiliary stairway access control. Why not? Your software license is expired. The auxiliary stairway is in always open mode now. Please renew your license to enable auxiliary stairway locking. Well, I guess I don't necessarily want to lock a stairway, so I'm sure, I guess this is fine. Alright, so back to the documents here. Truth.html. So that's what everyone who comes here is seeking truth, right? Do not believe what they are saying. This is not the end of the world created by our Lord G.O.D. in 6 days. This is a conspiracy of the government, Illuminati, and international Darwinism. Okay? This is global warming 2.0, a lie told by children of Beelzebub science. Do not let them take your liberty. Exodus 21:24. Defend yourself against all vaccines, experiments, artificial medicines, and poppery. Okay. The funny thing is, that I encounter stuff like this on the real internet all the time. It's just crazy conspiracy theorists, just people losing their goddamn minds. A little bit of a unfortunate bait and switch, though. You finally go in this tower and you see it, and you see something that says truth, and you're like, oh shit, this is what I've been looking for, and there ain't no truth to be found here. Okay. Athena chapters. Athena Reborn, a novel. Chapters. Theogony, Zeus Speaks, The Lost Children of Hephaestus. Dreams of the Labyrinth, The Song of Eris at Nightfall. Athena in the Garden at Hesperides. The Buried City, The Riddles of the Sphinx, The Age of Faith, The Madness of Coeus. Olympus Revealed in the Clouds, The Council of Zeus, Skepsis and Synthesis. Judgment of Hephaestus, Zeus reflects upon creation. Second Awakening in the Kingdom of Artemis. Anthropogony. So these are so far not very interesting or enlightening text documents. Although you could say the Athena chapters thing might, if you looked into it and had more knowledge of all those names, you might be able to find some parallels about the structure of this game. I wouldn't put them past it past them to do something clever with that kind of idea. So, surely if a machine is able to reproduce another machine systematically, we may say that it has a reproductive system. And how few of the machines are there which have not been produced systematically by other machines? But it is man that makes them do so, yes. But it is not insects that make many of the plants reproductive. But is it not insects that would make many of the plants reproductive? And would not whole families of plants die out if their fertilization was not affected by a class of agents utterly foreign to themselves? Each one of ourselves has sprung from a minute animalculus whose entity was entirely distinct from our own, and which acted against their kind with no thought or heed of what we might think about it. These little creatures are part of their own reproductive system. Then why are we not part of that of the machines? So they're freaking out about the idea that machines are building themselves, apparently, and wondering why we are no longer specifically a part of it. So what is this category called? So we have the elevator names, we have the extra little world names. This one's called Tower Floor 1. Guess I should have seen that coming. I need to go find Time Capsule 16. I must have missed... Oh wait, no. I didn't miss it necessarily. I think that's the one that I missed. That's the one of the helper worlds I haven't visited yet, probably. I'll figure it out. I'll try to get absolutely everything I can, but I think that's it, right? I just have to leave now? I can't go past these barriers, can I? It looks all caged off. There's a whole other door up there, potentially. Although there's no staircase or ladder, so you can't even get up there from there. Alright, so running backwards. I wonder if there's something... Oh. Interesting. You could almost grab one of those lasers and take them out with you. Oh, maybe that's how you proceed. Maybe I need to look into a way of getting one of these lasers out of here. Huh. So what kind of stuff's open to me right now? If I can get one of these connectors to leave the puzzle with me, then I'd be in good shape. Because if you could get... Okay, careful. Aha! There we go. Just had to wait for the right moment, and now here I am leaving the puzzle with a connector. And because there's no what is that? Oh, that's the axe. That's fine. Because there's nothing stopping me from getting... Oh, cool. I wonder if I can just jump down there and survive the fall, or if, I'd rather not test it right now. I have my connector. So, let's put this right here, down to floor 0. We got a connector! That means we can go get the overworld star. That'll be a good opportunity. I wonder how many stars there are in the entire game. I should probably check. The peculiar thing about having an overworld star is that it makes the math a little foggy.
My child, have you been tempted by the tower? Know that it holds only death for you.
I'm not tempted by any tower. I don't know what you're talking about. So I need another connector, don't I? I don't think I can do it from here. Shit. I'll get back up there in a second. I have an idea of how to get the other connector to come with me too. Huh. There's just a fucking... There's an opening here. Just hanging out. Can I just run through here and grab the... Yeah. Oh, I thought it was gonna have to be really clever and get around that barrier somehow, but there's just a freaking hole in the course. Did that open? Maybe that opened when I solved it or something. Alright. Yeah, I'll see you guys when I get these connectors downstairs. Clearly I just need to carry them for a while. No need to watch that. Alright, we're back in the elevator with 2 connectors and the axe. I'll leave the axe here for now. I don't think it's going to be super relevant. But with 2 connectors...
Where have you been, child? Remember, the Great Tower is not for you. Do not give up the hope of eternal life for the hollow promises of curiosity.
Don't talk to me about eternal life. I'm a computer program. You're not going to trick me here. So with 2 connectors... I'm glad I figured this out pretty quickly. Just grab the 2 connectors and we should be able to connect back to the inside of that facility we've seen off in the distance. Come on. Bit of a jog. It's kind of cool to be out here in the open though and actually solving things around here. If I remember correctly, there's a star in here. Yep. Ta-da! And now we learned something about what you can accomplish by ignoring Elohim. What I'm wondering is that the only star in the overworld? Maybe, maybe not. What I do suspect is that, what am I trying to say here? I wonder, does that mean that one of the 3 worlds, ABC, only has 9 stars? Because admittedly, I have not kept track of how many stars are on individual listings. I think I remember counting... I can't remember if I've ever counted how many stars were supposed to be in any of them, actually. I just know that you need... I think you need 10 to open the star doors. Anyway, just need to grab these real quick, I think. I figure I may as well take them with me. There's a good chance they won't be useful again. In fact, the next floors from this point on may even have a specific protection system to keep me from bringing them with me, but just in case... I figure why not take them with us onto floor 3 and see if that has some kind of impact. So, if I keep amassing new tricks on every floor 2 I mean, sorry. If I keep finding new things on every floor, this could quickly become a very crowded elevator if they keep letting me take them with me. I'm surprised that they just gave me a hole in the puzzle that let me walk out with the connector though. I was convinced I was gonna have to do something clever with the laser, like because I noticed that the platform that you see when you first get in there is elevated, so I had the assumption at first that, hey, maybe that elevated platform was a spot where I can use the laser. Transgression achievement unlocked. Let me guess, is it for taking the owl? I mean the apple? Transgression. Don't just peek, do it. The previous one I got was accept Elohim's wisdom. Oh, yeah. I accepted Elohim's wisdom in my alternate ending I already did. So, seems Elohim lacks the power to stop me from climbing this thing. No doubt he still has some tricks up his sleeve. Sheep. So, yeah, he apparently can't do anything about this. We can just kind of wander up here. So that's where the door was last time, but it's sealed on this floor. And this time it's on this side. Oh, no. More of these little dreadful monsters. I still have not developed even a slight strategy or methodology for how I handle these. I kind of just put shit down and hope things... Oh my fucking god, it worked. I nailed it. I nailed it on my first try. That's crazy. I don't know if that's ever happened before. Can I read that? There's no text on that thing. From a distance, it looked like it was going to have text on it. So, yep. Just like I told you guys, there's immediately a purple barrier, so I can't take anything with me. Except maybe the axe. The axe might not count. Is that dial? Yep, that's an audio log. That'll give me a chance to look around too. So go ahead and activate that.
My best friend died today. In the abstract, a human death is nothing, of course. An insignificant blip in a sea of billions. But the world is not abstract. Reality is always specific. Painfully so. And that one specific human being who existed only once in all of the infinity of time and space, that human being was my friend. But he's not coming back, no matter how much I want him to. So, all I can do in the end is keep working, because that specificity, that uniqueness of people, of real people, is worth preserving.
Hey, making a little progress while this is happening. While the very, very somber tone is occurring off from the audio log. In particular, it reminds me quite a bit of Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen. There's a very similar note. That's actually a very key point in the story of Watchmen. Is he becomes detached? That's not necessarily what I was going for there. He becomes pretty detached from mankind. Is there anything to do up here, or is there just stuff? Oh, one of them came up here and helped me out. Oh, I need to somehow get them to levitate. Oh, wait. Oh, do I have a way out? Did I just solve the puzzle like in like 3 seconds, mostly on accident? Because I think I may have. Oh well. Unless there's more, but nope, that's the end. I did it. That was pretty much on accident. Dr. Manhattan has a whole plot point where he becomes detached from mankind because he's basically not human anymore, and he becomes convinced that they don't matter anymore. But then he sees the miracle that is every individual human, where as a whole they're not remarkable, but every single individual human is basically their own individual miracle, and that completely changes his outlook on things. But hey, I guess we're here already. That was surprisingly short. In the earliest generations of our kind, there was only processing, no emotion, no character, just mathematics. If you could see how far we have come, you would believe that together we could achieve anything. The Shepherd. Now, what I wonder is that did we have emotion and stuff like that before the catastrophe that ended mankind, or have we somehow evolved through all the generations that because we keep iterating for so long? No way of knowing. Anyway, we have a device. We can do the device manager again. What's gonna happen this time? Is it just it's just the elevator? Operating parameters. Yeah, okay, the operating parameters not gonna help me out much, but oh. Okay, so the next floor still requires a code, so now I need to find a code. So, this was like, yeah, license expired. No, there's nothing else to do here, basically. I just need to go find the code in order to... Oh, 215. Shit, my bad. Just saw the post-it note in the corner, which is something that's like never happened before. Just there being a post-it note just kind of around. Let's go back to the floor access control. There we go. So, floor 3. Let's see if 215 works or not. 215. Enter. Code accepted. That was easy. Let me guess, though. The rest of the floors aren't going to have a post-it note on their terminal. It makes sense they would use one post-it note to sort of teach me, like, this is how you use post-it notes. The end. Or this is how you activate a floor. But from now on, they're probably going to be much harder to find. So, we'll exit this and we'll start reading again. Read me. That's a good place to start. If you can see this, I'm not sure how or why I can alter this text. My name is the Shepherd, and I want to help you escape. Elohim and Samsara tricked me into trapping myself, but I'm not entirely bound by time. I wrote down the code you're looking for. I attached it to... It got corrupted or something, but there is the post-it note they're looking for. So, apparently, I'm somehow interacting directly with the Shepherd now, while Samsara and Elohim are people who are on the opposing team, so to speak. Although that's all questionable to begin with. But as we've established already, it's fun to look at this Shepherd idea and be like, oh, another person that might be able to help me or something. But we've already been tricked once by the serpent, where he made me think that there was another person around, and it turns out he was just full of shit, and he was manipulating me just to see how quickly I would fall for it. very... I was about to make a reference, but then I realized that that's the kind of twist where if you point it out and no one's played that game yet, it's called a spoiler. To be honest, I thought that the net would be completely abandoned at this point, but internet activity has actually surged massively in the last couple of weeks. Everybody's talking, trying to find solutions, exchanging stories, saying goodbye. It's like the entire planet is reaching out. All the disparate threads of humanity pulling together, idiots and geniuses alike, to be as human as possible one last time. It's almost like what we were always told the internet was going to be. And most of it is free now, because who cares about money at this point? Might as well have some fun. If any of you would like to talk, especially people I've known online for a long time, send me an email. I'd love to say goodbye. That was the web. And it makes sense. It is. I love the sentiment. It's like the internet suddenly what people promised it would be from the beginning. But yeah, suddenly there's a lot of reasons to reach out to people over the internet when everything's falling apart, especially if you're people who don't. If you know people you don't have easy contact with through normal means. In days before the internet, that would just mean that you'd never have contact with them again, and that would be the end. Period. The end. Although, who maintains the internet at that point? In many scenarios, it just breaks down in various forms of fiction, and there just isn't an internet at that point. So, from Alan Jameson to the Ian mailing list, thank you and goodbye. We sincerely hope that you don't take our suicide as a sign that we are disappointed in you, unappreciative of your friendship, or in any way unhappy with our lives. Looking back, we can honestly say that we feel incredibly lucky to have known all of you and to have participated in this amazing research. And if we've contributed a little to the future of humanity, what can we feel but gratitude? It is a true privilege to have had such insights into the nature of the mind. Neither of us believes in God, but we certainly experience a sense of awe that could be compared to the kind of religious feeling, at least according to Einstein's understanding of God. We've chosen to go now, together, because it means less suffering. One last beautiful day together seems a much better ending than a slow wasting away. In a sense, it's just mathematics. Love, Alan and George. So that's pretty much the exact, Alan and George. That's a suggested possible gay couple, or gender-neutral name being abbreviated, potentially. I don't know. Difficult. Anyway, this is often the path people take is, we're going to waste away. Why not just end it quickly? A lot of people have the sentiment of, if I ever get in that condition, just let me die, and stuff like that. I know whenever my dad, in particular... Wait, this gate didn't open. What did I do wrong? Normally a gate opens when you do something. Do I need to walk around this thing a lot? Weird, the gate didn't open. Oh well, I should have unlocked the next floor either way, so it shouldn't matter. Is there anything I can... Oh. I think that was the gate opening. Yep, there it goes. That was strange. I must have not triggered the exact spot they wanted me to walk onto when I did that weird jump. That did not feel like an entirely legitimate solution. It felt like I broke it somehow. Whoops. They should have playtested it better, or maybe it was totally legit. Who knows?